Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and today I am responding to Jacob's challenge slash thread from the Renderos Music World channel. It's the thread of joy or challenge of joy. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly. Basically, he just wanted people to show things that give them joy. Obviously, we all have challenges in our life and bad things happening, and he just thought it'd be a cool thing to spread some positivity and joy through this thread. So I thought that was a really cool idea, and I'm happy to contribute. One note I wanted to mention: if you're active on the heavy metallurgy channel, pardon my tongue tiedness. You'll definitely know Celtic Frosty in the chat on there, and yes, I'm saying Celtic, not Celtic. But he has started his own channel and has a couple videos out. I've only seen the latest one, but he's a natural already. I'm excited to watch the rest of his videos, and he has started a challenge to show 5 albums that represent your metal journey. So I thought that was a neat thing to do, and I'm definitely planning to do a video on that. But just I didn't know he had a channel. I just saw it through Alan, Let's Talk Metal, had responded, so that's how I saw it. So if you don't know, go subscribe to his channel. I'll leave a link below for that, and enter his challenge if you feel like it. Okay, so things that bring me joy. At first it seemed kind of daunting because most of the music I have brings me joy, but I did kind of narrow it down to some specific things, so let's just get right into it. My cat wants to contribute. My cat definitely gives me joy. Do you want to come up, buddy? No, he's a little shy. Okay, the first one, New York Dolls. David Johansen just recently passed away. I did not know that he was the only surviving member of the New York Dolls. And they're all gone now, which is not joyful. But what is joyful is they've left us these incredible records behind. Even though they're gone, we can still enjoy their art. Obviously, their debut, the self-titled, is the superior of the two. Personality Crisis, holy shit! Just every time I hear that, it amps me up, and I just love it so much. But the whole album, Looking for a Kiss, Frankenstein, Trash, their cover of Pills, Private World, it's just front to back a fantastic album, super influential. One of those albums that didn't do that great at the time, but all your favorite bands, this is one of their favorite albums. Predate, influence on the glam scene, on the punk scene. Just can't say enough to praise this album. Pardon me. And then the look too. I mean, imagine someone thinks they're hard wearing an inverted cross shirt now out in public, but this could get your ass killed in New York in the early 70s, and that's how they rolled. And then the follow up, Too Much Too Soon, obviously. That title is pretty appropriate, as they imploded soon after this. Excuse me. A little bit weaker because, as the saying goes, you've got your whole life to write your first album and 6 months to write your second. So a few originals on here, a lot of covers, but still a really solid album. Babylon, Puss in Boots, their cover of Stranded in the Jungle. I'm not sure who the original was from that. It's one of those, they list the songwriters that weren't the people who recorded it, so I'm not sure. But that's a really fun song. There's going to be a Showdown. That's another fun one. It's Too Late. Human Being. I'm just reading the track list to you. How fucking dumb is that? But yeah, New York Dolls definitely give me joy. They did reform years later and put out a few albums that are, they're fun, but they don't compare to the originals. The original run. All right, so next one I'm pick Manowar, Kings of Metal, and specifically well, it's track 6 on here. It's the first track on side 2, Kingdom Come. Excuse me, I'm getting over some crud. Just such a triumphant, I can take on the world kind of song. Like, I for a long time, when I had like a CD alarm clock, that would be the song I would use to wake up, because it was just so like, come on, let's go, let's attack the day. Yeah, Kingdom Come from Manowar always fills me with joy. Next, Annika van Giersbergen. This is her album, Everything is Changing. I think it's her like 4th or 5th, I think 4th solo album. Famous from The Gathering, when she was the lead vocalist in The Gathering, and then she pursued her solo career. First of all, beautiful lady. I don't think anyone can deny that. But her voice, just the voice of an angel. I could listen to her sing anything. We've got some nice photography of her inside. But specifically on this album, the song Feel Alive is just so joyful. It makes you feel so good. There's a video for it it's just a shot of her from like here up, just singing into the camera, and I watch it all the time. It's just it's fantastic and always makes you feel good. So Annika van Giersbergen always puts me in a joyful mood. This is a recent release of a band that I've been following recently. They're not that old. Perfect Plan. They're a Swedish band. Excuse me. This album is Heart of a Lion. They are a AOR, hard rock, commercial hard rock type band. Basically, the best comparison for them is like kind of Jim Jameson era Survivor. So it's obviously you've got some cheese in there. If you're not into that, then you won't be into this. But just awesome pop rock songs. The vocalist Kent Hilly is just fantastic. He's a fucking superstar in my opinion, and the vocal melodies he comes up with are just instantly catchy and just make you want to listen to this over and over. So Perfect Plan always puts me in a joyful mood. Next, Devin Townsend with Teria. This is his 4th solo album, I believe. From 2000, I believe. I didn't research this very much, if you can't tell. But what an album. I mean, I'm a big Devin Townsend fan, and this is still probably my number 1 album from him. Starts out like with a super weird intro. Then after that, we go into Earth Day, like the first real song that is super heavy. And then we move on to just super beautiful songs, excellent guitar solos, and this is really a journey album. Like, you start at one place and then you end at another place. I just think it's a masterpiece. Devin Townsend, Teria. If you're not into Devin Townsend or are not familiar with him, I would definitely recommend checking this out. It is long, so you're in for a ride though. I don't think you'll regret listening to it. All right, got a couple more here. This is Tori Amos. This is the box set called A Piano, the collection. Love Tori Amos. Admittedly, I have not kept up with her in the last 15 years or so, but there was a time where I was a huge fan. I was collecting everything. This box set came out, and I jumped on it. It's a 5-disc set. I kept the little sheet that's not attached because it has the track listing on the outside. Basically, it's kind of a combination best of and kind of rarities thing. There's some alternate mixes on here, some single edits, and then bonus like B-sides and demos and whatnot. This was a lot more, I guess, valuable when it came out because Tori Amos had just tons of B-sides that the super fans were really into that were kind of hard to come by. So this compiled a lot of them. I believe now most of the albums have been reissued with like a whole bonus disc of all the B-sides and whatever, but still a really cool collection. It's got this hardcover book in it. It kind of fits in there with just like some write-ups and pictures and whatnot. And then the discs just fit in there underneath the book. But yeah, Tori Amos, especially like the early, early 90s when she kind of came into prominence until like the early 2000s is like, that's kind of my wheelhouse, and that all those albums always make me feel good. Last of all, I picked a band I don't ever talk about. It just kind of got brought up on a live stream I was on Rick's channel on the Dreadful Minutes. Coheed and Cambria. I'm a big fan of Coheed and Cambria, and I guess they're described as progressive rock a lot, and I'm not sure I agree with that totally. I mean, there's definitely some progressive rock tendencies, also like some emo, some kind of post-hardcore, I guess I would say, and just like kind of like straight up commercial hard rock. But yeah, just very catchy, very memorable songs. If you don't know, most of their albums are in like this concept of this like this long-running science fiction story with, there's an initial storyline, and then there's a prequel storyline, and now there's another storyline that I think is supposed to be afterwards. I don't know, because I like the music. It's one of those things that if I was 15 into this, I would be all in, man. I'd be diving into all the lyrics and trying to decipher what the story is. I just don't have that kind of time or motivation to do that anymore. So I don't know, but I love the music. So, but I guess just to be a dick, I'm going to show the album that nobody likes because it's not part of the concept. It's this one. It's called, why don't I remember? I knew before I started the fucking video. The Color Before the Sun. So this album is not part of the science fiction concept. I believe it's the only one. And I think a lot of fans got mad about that. I don't know. The music's still good. This is the like super dork hardcover book edition. Yeah, just like extra artwork and shit in there. And has the names of people who bought it. I'm not gonna look for mine here. Oh, okay, yeah, and it's got demos, and it's got a DVD and a bonus 7-inch and shit like that in there. And then an extra book in here that just kind of has some extra information and write-ups and whatnot. And a certificate of authenticity. Aren't I cool? But yeah, so Coheed and Cambria. This is kind of the last album I really, really, really loved from them. They put out 3 cents. One just came out that I'm actually pretty high on, but we'll see how it lands as I live with it a little bit more. And I got to be on brand. I mean, where would I be if I didn't? The topic is joy, and I didn't show like some hot ladies. So this is something I picked up recently. I really did overpay for it. It was at an antique store. I paid $20. It's an old calendar, right? So it's Pamela Anderson and hey, there's the ring light. Fuck yeah. I got this new ring light that's like above my phone so that I don't squint so much, hopefully. But yeah, there you go. Now you see it. Anyway, it's called Before the Fame. So what it's kind of older photos before she was like a Playboy star. A little bit more natural looking. Anyone in my real life who's known me a long time knows that I had a probably unhealthy obsession with Pamela Anderson. Like my room looked like a serial killer room, like a shrine. Like it was just wallpapered literally in Pamela Anderson posters and whatnot, but those are all gone. But I still love Pam, and I was very happy to get this. Some very beautiful pictures of her, and yeah, Pam definitely brings me joy. There you go. So I guess that's it, guys. Jacob, I hope this is kind of what you're after, and that you enjoy this, and hope everybody else enjoyed it too. So, trying to think of a new sign off. Let's see. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I just have one question for you. Who can stop the Path of Rage? Later.